Hello and welcome to the weekend review of week beginning 19th of July 2021. For disclaimer, please refer to my website www.chartvideo.com/disclaimer. Nifty made an all-time high on Thursday as well as Friday and retraced a little. If we go to the candlestick charts, what we are finding is, the breakout point was somewhere at around 10,915. It stayed above the breakout point, closed above the breakout point. But if we take the close, certainly it has not yet tested the closing lines of the breakout point, and which is at around, I would say 15,876. Will it test or not? The news from overseas market is not that good. SGX Nifty on Friday closed 115 points or lower. Still, I am not a watcher of SGX Nifty. Let me plan my own studies, whatever the SGX Nifty says. For now, if we just place the Nifty's chart, we are at an all-time high, and just a shade bit of correction had taken place on Friday. Only if it moves below the previous breakout point, which is at, as I told you, which is at around 15,876, should we be expecting any breakout failure. Breakout has taken place. Any breakout failure should be given due importance. So whatever happens on Monday, we should keep in mind that our close should be above the 15,876. Else, there's a clear sign of breakout failure. On the upper side, 16,000 being a round number, we can expect that levels to come up. By any means, a very good risk to reward ratio. You can take a decision after an hour or so. Will you be going short or going long? In case if you are long, 15,876 should be your stop loss. And in case if you plan to go short, the Friday's high can be taken as a stop loss. That's in brief the Nifty. Let's go to the indicators briefly, because today we will be shifting focus on something else other than Nifty and Bank Nifty. It has been in a trading range. The viewers, as told to me, they are getting bored of too much of Nifty and Bank Nifty. We will be focusing on various stocks today. But just briefly, the ADX is yet to move up. It is at around 10 and is as flat as it could be. Till this starts moving up, till this starts moving up, I would say it this way, that perhaps the upside move might be elusive, but all the same, there is nothing as of now indicating that the breakout may fail here. ADX is a late indicator. It may take a day or two to move up. Allow that time. For the time being, the PDI MDI has crossed, but ADX at such low level, such type of crossovers generally give you whipsaw. So do not trust on them too much. Let it move up. And as I had been telling you earlier too, it is time for ADX to the exhibiting negative divergence in ADX is very clear. It is time perhaps to show a strong move in ADX, strong up move in ADX, and we have to take the direction of whichever way the dominant DMI is. The RSI as of now is at 62 odd levels, slightly on the positive side in this entire correction, which was quite flattish in nature. I would say it this way, RSI has not gone below the equilibrium line. This is certainly positive, but some more hints to come up, needs to come up, some more hints on the positive side needs to come up. I would be happy if this particular level of RSI is crossed on the upside. Coming to the derivative aspect of Nifty, here is put call ratio, which is certainly showing buoyancy. It was getting stuck up repeatedly at 1.2 odd level, 1.2, 1.25, and on the lower side, it had come down to 0.94, 0.87. On these days, I had mentioned that a brief rally is likely. On these days too, I had mentioned a brief rally is likely for 0.90 being the lower level, almost the lower level of put call ratio. From there, it had bounced to 1.37. Put call ratio is certainly a very good indicator to spot the short-term bottoms. Just watch here. 0.90 for consecutive 2 days, and the next day we had a bottom. From there it rose again 0.94. From there again it rose on the higher side, and right now it is placed at 1.37. Should it cross the levels of 1.4, we can expect again a buoyant bulls rally. In case if it falters, well, 1.2 would be a level to watch out for. We will be discussing this particular portion in coming days as well. Well, in open interest, no major build-up is here, as flat as it can be. You can say it this way, that here it was 101 and it is 105 here. So 3 to 4%, if I take it this way, that is more or less at the most 4 to 5% OI build-up from this particular portion from 858 to 936, which I would again say is quite flattish only. So market's flat, why also not building up? Perhaps it's not telling me that story. But all the same, one thing is to be noted. If I take 14th and 15th July open interest, on 14th July there was 3.3% rise in open interest. On 15th July it was 4% rise in open interest. This 2 days does indicate perhaps we are about to move in a major way, because traders have taken a position, and now let's watch out which way it goes. Major position has been built up, as you can see the last 2 days, Wednesday and Thursday. Well, थोड़ा सा इंतजार कीजिए, by Monday or Tuesday I think the things will be as clear as water. शायद ऊपर तो ऊपर ही strongly, और अगर failure हुआ, in that case the lower side of the range might be retested. Well, coming to Bank Nifty, almost the same picture here too, except with a difference, that is the ADX has just started to move up. Well, it is just very early days. Right now at 13, on the lower side it had come to 10, 11 odd levels, stayed flat for a considerable period of time and has just started to move up. Well, एक दो पॉइंट और बढ़ने दीजिए, ऊपर 14, 15 वगैरह कुछ भी होने दीजिए, and in that time the direction taken by the MDI, PDI would be quite interesting. Now, here is another interesting point which I would like to tell our viewers. Let's see it. This was the day when the PDI, MDI crossover had taken place, and on that day, your Bank Nifty was at 35,212. Thereafter, on the higher side, it has reached almost to 35,985, that is kissing 36,000, and presently it is at 35,750. By all means, you can say the latest crossover of PDI, MDI is helping you to keep yourself in the money. So perhaps it's time, and in that case, we might just follow the PDI, MDI crossover and the ADX. Let's hope this time that it starts rising and in a decisive manner. Coming to the open interest build-up, last 2 days in Bank Nifty, 15 July and 16 July did have good open interest build-up. Now, this is quite a strong sign. In that case, the next course of action will also be decided here. As I told you, I showed you that, well, players are taking positions. The bigger players are taking position, whether they are on the long side or short side. As of now, because the index is quite flat in nature, well, you can say it this way, 35,700 to 35,800, almost flat. 750 to 856, this is the range of the last 3 days. Why I'm taking the close? Because these two open interests took up from whatever levels a little from this level. So obviously I'll be taking the Thursday as well. Here it is. So in the last 2 days, some OI buildup has taken place. Let's see which way the move comes up. As of now, it can be as flat as it can be. Well, if you are interested in knowing the nuances of decoding volume and open interest, how the open interest interpretation should be taken care of, how you should be interpreting the movement when open interest buildup is taking place, here is a course done jointly by Shubhadeep and me. Please visit quantgym.org for this, to get yourself enrolled in this particular course. As promised earlier, I told you that I'll be taking up some stocks which we can trade based on breakouts and all. and this is one which I am discussing right now. Well, my idea here is not to tell you, not to sell you a recommendation or tell you buy this stock or sell this stock. My idea is just to share with you in what way I look at the stocks over the weekend. Here it is. Axis Bank presently at 771 odd levels. Just watch here. There was a breakout from 767, 68 levels 3 or 4 days back. Thereafter, the stock is playing at this particular zone and had retested it as a pullback. Now, as I had told you earlier, the pullbacks are a good sign to enter where risk to reward ratio is very low. Should the stock move below 766, it would be bearish, beyond doubt, fine. But as of now, this 767, 66 levels seems to be holding itself out. So here, in case if you get the stock very close to this price, that would be a place where you can take the trade with very good risk to reward ratio. That's why this particular stock appears interesting to me. But one thing is there, अगर ये 766 के नीचे चले जाए, in that case stop loss कीजिएगा. Or in the other side the story begins, well, this would be the good support here, or perhaps even this, which is at around 759 to 60. Well, we will be watching out this stock for Monday, how it behaves. As of now, it has just tested the breakout level. ICICI Bank, a breakout with a gap. Well, here it is. The gap area is at this place, which is presently at 653 odd levels, 653 to 650. If it is a breakout gap, the gap should not be filled immediately. Well, there are no pakka rules. Well, gap should be filled or not filled, but generally breakout gaps do not fill themselves so easily. In that case, this particular high, which is at 655 odd levels, or the gap area 53, the one can initiate a trade with from 655 to 53, with any close below the 650 should be your stop loss. In case you have a close below or a move below 650 which sustains itself till close, well, in that case the breakout gap becomes a failure. Till that happens, let's believe on the trend, and the trend as of now has begun from 21st of June from 616 levels. It has broken out for the upside. The entry levels as of now can be at around 653 to 55, the high being 55 odd levels and the gap area being 653. One can enter the stock at this particular place with an upside view. The stop loss will be certainly below 650 by any means. Sustainably, the stock staying below 650 by close would be a bad signal for the stock. Another caution which I would like you to keep watch on, the low of the stock is at 657. In case if the high of the stock is below 657, that might become a worry on Monday. So the rules are amply clear. Allow it to move to 655 to 53, 653 odd levels. Be long with the condition that it had not gapped below 657. In case of gap below 657, the entire breakout gap changes into an island reversal. Well, whether island reversal happens or not, that Monday or Tuesday वो बाद में देखेंगे. But as of now, अगर 657 हाई के साथ कोई गैप नहीं बनाया lower side में, you can take a trade. You can also take it this way. This is a good idea, and it came to my mind as I was talking. In case if it comes lower, then moves above the 657 level, well, that would be again a good trade, a good way to take the trade, with obviously the same stop loss applies in that case also. And now I am shifting to an interesting stock, Indus Tower. Well, it had moved on Friday in a major way, And why is it interesting? Because of my own metastock settings, I am showing it to you on in chart on investing.com, but all the same graphs are graphs. It shouldn't matter you much. Watch here. Some days earlier, I had told you about Cummins India at 811 rupees, and it had gone to almost 900 touching. The same thing applies here to watch. This is the reason I am telling you. That is, this is the last breakout level. You're following it, which is at around 241. The last breakdown took place when this particular base was violated, which was at 241. Fine. Then it attempted to recover that base. It failed. It again came down. Well, while coming down, what happened exactly here? This particular candle appears to be very healthy candle, and it has just closed at the 241.42 level. Should it move above this 241.42 level, one can buy, perhaps thinking that the last breakdown failure has taken place, and perhaps a buy is on the cards. In that case, in coming days, well, 260 can be logical target, and perhaps higher, who knows where it can lead to. Another reason why I'm talking about this stock is this one. There is a clean positive divergence in the stock. The stock had almost identical close here, but there is a clean positive divergence in RSI. Even before that, one should have been alerted in this particular stock about possible reversals is another reason. See here, 234 was the lowest close on this particular day. RSI on that day was not entering the oversold territory. 234 50 60 odd was the lowest closing on this day. You had a clear positive divergence. So you are having, from the RSI indicator itself, you are having two signals which are suggesting perhaps an upside move is on. The volume, as you can see in the lowest pane of the window, is quite high, and in that case too, we can expect another upside movement. Perhaps the trend may have changed, and that is why this is being exhibited here. Well, here it is. The 200-day moving average is also providing support. All things taken into consideration, 242 के ऊपर जाएगा तभी जाके आप बाई को इनिशिएट कीजिए. हाँ, ऊपर के लेवल में कंजर्वेटिव ट्रेडर्स बोल सकते हैं कि the 50-day, the 30-day moving average is at 245. I will be buying above it. Well, तब इस ख्याल रखिएगा 100-day moving average is at 250. उस वहां पे निकल जाइए, फिर वहां पर जाइए तो ऊपर में 259.60. भैया उतना तोड़ तोड़ के आज निकलो कल घुसो, आज निकलो कल घुसो, वैसा करके नहीं होती है. इट इज ऑलवेज बेटर टू enter into the market at first signs of reversal. The first breakout failure should be kept in mind, and if it crosses above it, I should be entering into this stock. और उसके बाद तो moving averages, support resistance ये सब होते ही रहेगी. To know more about nuances of RSI, here is a course, e-course designed exclusively by me, RSI Vantage. You may log into my website, chartvideo.com, and register for this course, which has got lots and lots to discuss. RSI has got lots and lots to discuss. We had just discussed 2 or 3 points related to this particular stock. But for the course, you may enroll yourself at RSI Vantage. Well, this is another reason why I am thinking that something big may happen in Indus Tower. Here it is. Open interest was picking up in the previous upside move, which, well, not upside, rather, I would say it this way. If you take the entire range, it is something from 235 to 235 that is flattish in nature. OI was building up, some shedding came up, then again, OI was hardly well. Here, a 3% build-up did take place. But on 16th of July, normally I do not give much of a patta to this type of movement, very high open interest build-up on one single day. Well, but this one has happened at the lowest end. This one has happened with a big candle, and this one is the first upside move. That is why this 33.46% means a lot to me. This is a major build-up in open interest with almost 3% rise. And that is why I'll just look at the stock, see whether it moves above 242 odd levels or not, and then enter. So that's it from me for today. We'll be again meeting same time next week. Till then, stay safe, stay indoors, and yes, it's time to get vaccinated. Please do so at the earliest.